Brad Williams, Excel Prime, building a histogram and a frequency chart. We have salaries. We're going to put these into a predefined group or category. Then we're going to put them into a frequency table. Here, we're just going to use this formula, and it's very straightforward. It's an if function. If F5, this category right here. If F5 equals min category. Here we have F9. See here? If this minimum number is less than our own number here, 60 grand, go ahead and put this less than or equal to operator. Notice it's around quotes, and F5. We're going to have this less than 60 grand, or if that's not true, put this 60 to 70, or in this case, F4 plus 1, then a hyphen, then F5. Here is the if argument. Logical, what's what we're doing. Value of true, value of false. So we're going to insert this, and then we're going to copy it down. You can see our number is greater than our min. Our min is going to be 60 grand, and so that's why we have this less than. But here we're going to follow this other argument, and that is F8, which is going to be 90, hyphen, and 100. Then this frequency function, and we're just going to look at salary, frequency, which is counts values that fall within a specified range. Our salary, name range, C5 to C16. Our category, F5 to F9. How many fit within our category? Up to and including 60 grand. If you look through here, anything over 60 grand and $1 is going over into the next category. Here, it's going to be 60,001 to 70. Then so on and so forth. That's it. We can grab this information here. We can go insert. We're just going to go over and hit insert charts. And we want a cluster chart. So hit recommended charts. See where it says cluster charts? We want something that looks like this. And just hit OK. And then you can format it however you want. This is not a lesson on charts. You can play around with it. If you're using an older version of Excel, this data right here, you're going to have to hit Control-Shift-Enter in order to insert this. You can copy it down, but then you're going to have to hit Control-Shift-Enter. If you screw up, this is the bad side about this array, that you're going to have to take this whole list and delete it and start over. Here, you can see, because I copied this over from another worksheet, that I still have the brackets. I can get rid of those. This thing says you can't change part of an array. So for me, the only thing I can do now is start over. So I'm going to grab this thing and delete it. You have to start over, and in my case, I can just grab this using the Excel 21, copy, and I can copy this over, paste. Now I should be able to get rid of these curly brackets, copy down. The only downside is this horrid spill feature. Maybe we can put this @ sign in front here. I strongly recommend you do that, and then you copy it down, provided you have the proper Excel tools. F9. Here's the other downside. This is not a dynamic frequency chart. It's static. We could make it dynamic, but this again is not a course on chart building. And in terms of whether this is correct, I didn't check. I don't think it is. Hit F9. I'm thinking no. Well, wait a minute. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we have 25. This thing ain't working. No surprise. No surprise with Excel. And then you have this god-awful spill feature. So 6.5, one does and the other. You're kind of stuck. And if you try deleting this thing, it ain't going to happen. Or F5, F9. Again, shrug your shoulders. This is a perfect case of well, I'm biting my tongue. I loathe this spill feature. I'm backing all the way out, and I'm going to put this back into this format because, well, candidly, I think the spill feature sucks. Before I go, read the instructions. I was pretty much taking this sentence by sentence, translating it into actual output, but I may have missed something. Review this and keep in mind that this spill feature not as nice as possible. Also, last but not least, if you want to streamline this, in other words, if you want an automated histogram or frequency table, a built-in feature within Excel, it is located here under data analysis. If you hit data analysis and you hit histogram, it's going to ask for some data. You're going to have your input data, and then you have your bin ranges. Just for fun, I'm going to go bin, and this is a nightmare also. This thing really, you have to be extremely careful here. You have to grab this and then hit your categories. And I think you have to put labels, output range, new worksheet, new workbook. Let's just go new workbook because I don't want it screwing up here, and then hit go. There's your frequency table. Table edit, cut, take this back over here. I'm just going to copy paste it, copy paste. There is our frequency. I mean, it did its job. If we hit F9, no, it doesn't update. It's static. And I hit labels and I screwed up there. So this may take a couple of tries. Okay, we're going to try this one more time. Data analysis, histogram, okay. We don't want labels. We want it output range. We want it right here, right? All right, output range or output new, edit, cut. See, it opened up a new worksheet, cut, edit, and then paste. All right, I've had it with. In the end, if you're in a hurry, you can just grab this from histogram. The results are similar to here. And I don't know if you want this layout or what have you, but it does the same job. But the downside is there's nothing dynamic about it. I have this data that changes and maybe that's not applicable. Thought I'd just throw this other option at you. Read it if you need it and take a look. I didn't go over the formulas that well. So you can go back over, review this. It's very straightforward. Last but not least, why are we doing this? Well, it's our distribution. Here's our bell curve, and you can see it's a little heavy on the left here. So you can see that the higher quadrant, the frequency is much lower here. The median is going to be a little bit swayed to the left because of this higher wage. Well, all we're trying to do is find a distribution, a frequency. You can see it here, but it's hard to visualize. Here, you got a frequency based on your parameters. Brad Williams, XL Prime.